Hello, everybody. My name is Todd, and you are joining me here on the CINCILINGUA membership program. And I thank you for your membership here, for being members of our program. It's a pleasure to have you with me here today in our lesson video. And as most of you probably know, CINCILINGUA is a language institute, and we are located here in Cincinnati, Ohio. And Cincinnati, Ohio is located in the Midwestern region of the United States of America. And again, it's a pleasure to have you with me here today. Today, in this lesson video, we are going to continue with our series dedicated to idioms for business English, and we are now into lesson 10 of this series. So we are progressing well, and we're going to jump right on into it. And we have our first idiom for today, and that is to get wind of, to get wind of. And this means to find out about something, to discover something. Often it's a secret. To hear about something, something that is secret, or something that is not so well known to other people. And we have an example here. I don't want my supervisor to get wind of the fact that I am looking for a new position. I don't want my supervisor to get wind of the fact that I am looking for a new position. Yeah, so I don't want my supervisor to hear about this. Okay, so please don't say anything to my supervisor. This is a secret. I don't want him to hear about it. I don't want him to discover this piece of information. That's the idea. Okay. And now we will move on to this noun, which is pronounced outburst. Outburst. And an outburst refers to a sudden expression of feeling, a sudden expression of feeling. It's often a feeling of anger. It can be an outburst of anger, or it can be an outburst of excitement. That's an outburst. Okay, and our example will help us understand more fully. And it reads, the good news of the company's increase in market share caused an outburst of applause among those at the yearly meeting. The good news of the company's increase in market share caused an outburst of applause among those at the yearly meeting. So there was an outburst of applause. Everything was so exciting that it evoked or caused the sudden expression of emotion. Okay, and now we have to lay out a plan. To lay out a plan. And basically, this means to present a plan. To present a plan. To lay out a plan is to present a plan. To explain it. Our example, it says, we listened carefully as Mrs. Johnson laid out her plan for a new marketing strategy. She explained all the details of her idea. We listened carefully as Mrs. Johnson laid out her plan for a new marketing strategy. She explained all the details of her idea. So she presented this plan. She laid out this plan. She explained this plan. Okay. And now we will move on to drop the ball. To drop the ball means to make a mistake, to fail to perform one's responsibilities. And it's usually a pretty serious mistake. To fail to perform one's responsibility. This idiom comes from sports, as many idioms do come from sports. This idiom can come from, for example, football, American football. Somebody drops the ball. Maybe it could be the result of what we call a fumble. A fumble is a big mistake in American football. And or it could be in baseball. Somebody drops the ball in baseball. That would be considered what they call an error, but it's a mistake. And that sports idiom comes into a more general usage in the business world and in other contexts. So we have an example here. I really dropped the ball today when I forgot to call an important customer with the price estimate. This might be a costly error. I really dropped the ball today when I forgot to call an important customer with the price estimate. This might be a costly error. Yeah, mistake. Right. And now we have word of mouth. Word of mouth. Now this can refer to gossip. Gossip is usually talk. You talk about people, you talk about these things, and it's usually in a negative kind of a way. That's gossip. But word of mouth is not necessarily gossip, and it's not necessarily negative. So it can also refer to news spread by people talking to each other, often used as a marketing term to describe an advertising or marketing message that is spread from one person to another. Okay, this is word of mouth marketing. Okay, so again, news spread by people talking to each other, often used as a marketing term to describe an advertising or marketing message that is spread from one person to another. Okay, now our example sentence. We get most of our customers through word of mouth. They recommend us. People telling others about our company is a great way to increase business. We get most of our customers through word of mouth. They recommend us. People recommend us. People telling others about our company is a great way to increase business. Yeah, so that's word of mouth in a positive sense there. All right, so we have looked at 5 idioms here in this lesson video, and we started with this expression to get wind of. To get wind of means to find out about something, to discover something, to learn about something. Usually it's some kind of a secretive kind of information that we get wind of. We hear about something that it's not known to other people or not supposed to be known to other people. But we get wind of it. And then we looked at this word outburst. Outburst is like a sudden expression of emotion. It can be an emotion of excitement. It can be anger, an angry outburst. It can be crying, an outburst of sadness. But it's the sudden burst, explosion of emotion. And then we looked at to lay out a plan. To lay out a plan basically means to present a plan and to explain it. Okay, here's my plan. I'm going to present it to you and explain it to you. I'm going to lay out my plan to you. Okay. And then we talked about this mistake, this error that comes from the arena of sports. To drop the ball. To drop the ball is to make a mistake, which often a serious mistake. To drop the ball is to make an error. Drop the ball. And then finally, we looked at this word of mouth. Word of mouth refers to people talking. People talking. Sometimes it refers to what we call gossip, which is usually negative kind of talk, people talking about other people, and it's negative. But more with our context, we're talking about like a kind of a marketing, a kind of marketing technique where people talk and tell, hey, I had a really good experience with this company, and I really recommend that you try this company, for their services or their products. It's great. I really think you'll like it. This is word of mouth promotion. Word of mouth marketing can be very helpful to a lot of companies. So, all right. Well, that's going to wrap up this lesson video. But before I go, as always, I want to wish you a wonderful remainder of your day. Again, I want to thank you for your attendance and also for your attention. And and I'm looking forward to working with you. We'll continue with this series on business idioms. And of course, we will have other series, and I hope you'll join me with those also. So for now, signing off from Cincinnati, Ohio, and wishing you all a great remainder of your day. Thank you again. Bye-bye.